Well, good afternoon, guys. Hope everyone is having an awesome Tuesday. Looks like it's going to rain out there a little bit. I've been on the roof all morning, helping a friend of mine get a roof laid back down. Looked like opening a can of sardines. Tin roof had peeled back, so I'm sweaty, I stink. But want to come and hang out with you guys, take a time out, and dive into God's word for you real quick. So this week, again, like yesterday, we're talking about trust this week, talking about trusting Jesus and what that looks like. And so what I thought we'd do today is just kind of backtrack a little bit and kind of see and look at, where does trust begin? So I want you to think for a moment of someone in your life right now that you trust immensely, that you know that without a shadow of a doubt that they have your best interest at heart, that you can trust them with whatever you tell them. You can trust them to help you, whoever it may be. Think about someone in your life that you trust. Now with that, I want you to you got that person pictured in your mind. Okay. Now I want you to think about their voice. You know their voice. As you talk to that person, as you look at them, as you deal with them on different things, you know their voice. Um just hearing their voice, because of the amount of and the level you trust them with, um will sorry, I got a phone call. By hearing their voice brings a sense of calm over you. Hearing their voice relaxes you because you trust them. And why do you have that? You have that with them because you ever built a relationship with them. It's taken time. It's taken time of constantly having conversations back and forth, trying them, testing them out, giving them the opportunity for you to be able to trust them, giving them the opportunity with information that they have about you and things to prove to you that you trust them. Now, I love John 10:27. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me." These are red letters. These are the words of Jesus written down in the Bible. We as believers should be able to hear. One, we should know what the voice of God sounds like. And the only way we know what the voice of God sounds like is we spend time with him. We build a relationship with Jesus so that we can begin to trust him. It says, "My sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me." So how do we begin to trust Jesus? How do we begin to do that? We begin by building a relationship. We begin by listening to God. How do we listen to God? Well, there's a couple different ways. One, I've always said, if you want to hear God, read God. If you want to hear the voice of God, read God's word. Dive into it. See what it says. See how it speaks to you. And then spend time in prayer. A lot of times in prayer, we talk at God and we don't have a conversation with God. All of our relationships, it has to be conversational. It's not one-sided. It's two-sided. It's a give and a take. It's a I speak and then you listen, and then you speak and I listen. So what I want to challenge you with today, excuse me, what I want to challenge you with today, guys, is I want you to take some time out today and pause and begin to try to hear God's voice. And it's super easy. This is where I began. I took some time and I said, "Okay, God, you know all these things I've got going on. You know my heart. You know these issues that are going on in my life. But Jesus, I want to learn to hear your voice. So Jesus, I'm just going to ask you to speak to me. And whatever that may look like, that may be through worship, that may be through God's word. For me, one of the greatest times that I hear God's voice bigger than anything else is when I'm worshiping. I love music, a great time for me. But some of you may be readers. Some of you, it may be your time in God's word. Some of you, it may be in your time of prayer. But for all of us as believers, we will all hear God's voice somewhere in the midst of there. There just may be one area that we hear him greater for our personal preferences or whatever it may be, and how Jesus speaks to us. So take some time out today, begin to try to hear the voice of God so that you can build trust, you can build a relationship with Jesus, and through that trust, you can begin to lean on him and not lean on our own understanding of looking at this world. And so we can begin to build such a beautiful idea of trust between us and Jesus, that we can lean on him for anything. So love you guys. Hope y'all have an awesome Tuesday. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. Don't forget, we have Zoom coming up Thursday night at 6:30. All the information's online. I'll be shooting out a text message tomorrow just with all the info again to help you if you weren't able to join us last time. But until I get to see you guys again, know that I love you, praying for you if you need anything. Always.